The following is a presentation of the Rowan Television Network.
Dan Heaning for RTN here with Jess Wright and Erin Calderon. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Now, just take me through the program in general, because your first year was last season in the 2013-2014 season. You went 7-5, I believe it was, and now you've jumped up to a 10-3-1 record. Just how do you make that sort of jump in just 2 years?
Well, we acquired a couple of offensive players that helped us, and one on defense, the two freshmen, Erin and Maggie. So it really helped build. They were players that played before, and they had experience, so they knew the game. We didn't really have to teach them anything, so we didn't have to start from fundamentals, which was good. Last year, as you know, we had a lot of people who have never played before, and so that made it a little bit hard to start with anything, really big. We had to start basic, but this year we were able to actually accelerate a little better.
I think without our coaching staff, we wouldn't have got to where we are today, and pretty much everyone coming out again. We had a lot of girls last year. It was their first time skating, and a lot of people that hadn't played in a while. So I think compared to last year, we all stepped it up.
I got a good break on a breakaway, and I, just picked a spot and hoped that it went in, kind of. And then the assist, we had been working a lot on a tip 2-1 drill, just shooting from the point and having somebody in front of the net to tip it in, and that's what we had been working on, and it worked in the game.
Everyone was going ballistic. I felt so fired up, and I was pumped. Just seeing the excitement on everyone's face, I think that really helped everyone. Gave us the confidence to keep pushing.
Well, it makes a statement for sure that we are a second-year team and that we went that far. But also we had JC come in as a new coach for us, and I think that it really made a difference. He really put a lot of structure into the team, and he gave us, he pushed us to our fullest capacity, and it definitely showed, in the end that, we were able to pull through something like that where we had lost this team 2 times in the regular season. So that was really big.
It's going to help us grow. Hopefully this will get a lot more people to see that it's not just a club sport and that it's a lot of fun too. And maybe a lot of people will consider joining and just get the word out that we're out there and we need girls to join.
Okay. Thank you very much, the both of you, for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Dan Heaning with RTN here with Coach JC Caulfield, fresh off the DVCHC Championship. Coach, can you first, you took over this program, as we spoke before off camera, about you took over for Tom Ryan after he had a few health issues, and you were just fresh off the ice yourself playing for the Div 2 team. Can you just speak to the just jumping straight off the ice onto the bench and coaching?
Yeah, well, first off, without Pops Ryan, this women's team wouldn't be possible. So, a lot of credit does have to go to him. He did a lot of work to get it started. So, without that, I wouldn't be able to make the jump from player to coach. But the transition, I thought it was going to be pretty hard just because, playing for 20 years and then not knowing what I was going to do afterwards. When they approached me about coaching, it was different, and I was kind of excited to do it. But once I got started, it really wasn't that big of a change for me. The refs found out that I pretty much yell at them the same when I was playing as when I was coaching. So, that was fun, back and forth banter. As for the girls, they made the job pretty simple. They're all willing to work hard and to learn the game, so that was easy for me to be able to coach them. Actually, my assistant coach, Colin Davis, he made a very big change to pull our forwards up top more, just guard the defensemen. This is because the first 2 times we played them, I think their defense had 4 out of the 5 goals, so we pretty much knew who their top players were. We figured if we gave them a lot of time, they would skate all over us. So what Colin did was he changed it to where they would have less time to make a reaction, and it worked out perfectly because all they had to do was dump it in the corner. So, that was the biggest change that we've made, and it worked out great.
Now, the 2 players we talked to, Jess and Erin, what can you say, first of all, about Jess's season?
Jess definitely stepped it up. I mean, she won the season MVP for our team that we announced at the playoffs. She actually was considered for the World University Games, which is a huge deal. It's all the top players in Division II in the entire country. And just to get an email about that was pretty special. Rowan's never had that for guys or women's, so it was definitely a big deal for her to experience that. She definitely, when she was there and not at track, she definitely stepped up and was the best player on the ice.
What can you say about Erin as well?
Besides being the biggest pain on the team, Erin, does exhibit a lot of leadership qualities. She takes the time out of her, out of her week, and goes to the off ice. She does a lot of things outside of practice and outside of games to really better herself, and that's what we're looking for, to be a better team.
What can you say about that final period? Because it was still 1-0 going into that final period.
I actually said to my assistant coach going into the third period privately that I was worried about the Phoenix scoring in the third period to open it up, not because of us losing the game, but because a lot of the girls have never been in a championship situation where they're leading by 1 goal going into the final period. So I didn't know how their mental capacity would be like to play shutdown hockey, but they did a fabulous job at it.
Now, just like I asked Jess and Erin, what does this win do for the significance of the program?
I think it helps with recruiting, especially. We're looking to go other places. Winning the league was, awesome and everything, but that's not the goal in mind. We want to go to nationals. We want to be a top team in the country. For that to happen, we definitely need more talent to come in, but winning this league shows girls that we do have the talent to go farther. So it's not just like, oh, Rowan's here, talk to me. I don't really want to go to a program that can't win, so this definitely helps out that.
JC Caulfield, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
This has been a presentation of the Rowan Television Network.